comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I said it's alright.
Off-the-Grid is a project on alternative energy and sustainability.
Our team was given the task of designing a home that's fully sustainable.
A sustainable house must be as energy efficient as possible and use its renewable resources in the most practical ways possible.
Our team's personal goal was to use the least amount of power possible while still sustaining relatively modern standards such as electricity.
The requirement was that our sustainable proposal must have a house built on a plot of land up to 5 acres and should house 5 people. The house must have a minimum of a kitchen, 1 bathroom, and 3 bedrooms. On top of all that, the property must also include a pesticide-free garden that will produce some or all of the food needed on a year-round basis. The decision was made to keep the house small at 1,092 square feet because it's more economical to heat a smaller house. A smaller home will also be cheaper to build as a result of using less materials. The open concept, one-floor design will promote air circulation, which will ultimately limit the cost of heating the home. The home has 3 bedrooms, 1 small room for a single child, a larger room for 2 children to share, and a master bedroom for adults. There's no wall separation between the kitchen and dining space to limit materials. The home also includes a utility room for all the home's alternative energy equipment.
For Puget Sound, Washington, the team chose to use micro hydropower. Puget Sound is a complex network of canals, inlets, and estuaries. Given that our location is at an area where there are many different waterways, the team can harness the power of the vertical drop of the water, often called head, to power their energy consumers. Vertical drop creates pressure in the continuous flow of water. The hydro system produces about 11 kilowatts of energy per day. As most people know, Washington State is notorious for their long, rainy winters, but its position north of the 45th parallel makes its summer perfect for solar energy. The long, clear days will produce about 12 kilowatts of energy per day. These 2 resources will create far more energy than our house will use. The surplus energy will be sold back to the energy companies for a profit. This profit will be used to make the home an even more efficient off-the-grid household.
The team chose to heat their home and cook with a wood-burning stove. Washington State is home to 2 of the largest forests in the United States. This means firewood will always be plentiful for the wood-burning stove. The wood-burning stove will also replace the need for a conventional stove, which accounts for 3% of energy consumption in homes that have them. No air conditioning is necessary considering Washington's mild summers.
Because of bamboo's amazing renewable abilities, the group chose to build their home from bamboo. Not only is bamboo one of the best green alternatives to building with timber, it also exceeds timber in strength and grows very quickly, making it extremely renewable.
Light will be mostly supplied through the windows that will be in every room. The house will have skylights to get the most light in during the day. There will be lights in the kitchen and main living area, and they will be only used at night when necessary in order to be more energy efficient.
On average, the estimated water usage for our home in a week is 10,000 gallons between bathing, cooking, cleaning, and tending to livestock. The house has a water pump to pump water in from the nearby inlet. Any water for drinking or bathing will be purified through a water purifier. We will use a water-efficient shower head and no water heater to use the least amount of water and energy possible. For waste, the home has an outhouse-style restroom connected to the home. The waste will be used to fertilize our garden.
Fertile soils in Puget Sound are only found along the southern and western regions of the basin and of the lower reaches of the river valleys. Due to this issue, the team chose to live near the basin so that the soil is more fertile. The group chose to use the 30 by 96 high tunnel greenhouse with rainwater collection attached to the sides with a solar-powered pumping system. This system limits water that would have had to be pumped. The group chose to grow specialty crops and trade the surplus supplies at the local farmers market for the necessities of that week. The specialty crops that the team chose to grow are potatoes, corn, and beans. The garden will be split into 4 quadrants so that the team can alternate quadrants each season, helping the soil stay fertile. Along with the garden, the team chose to have a compost pile to use the excess food to fertilize future crops. The group decided to invest in livestock as another source of food. The group chose Angus cows for the beef and chickens for eggs and meat. The average price for a herd of 5 Angus cows is around $1,000. For chickens, There was a decision to buy 5 egg layers, $21.50 apiece, averaging about 35 eggs a week. The group also chose to get chickens for meat, which are about $25.50. We chose to get 9 hens and 1 rooster so that we can continuously breed chickens to maintain a stock for meat. The team tried to utilize their 5 acres of land as effectively as possible without making the area too cramped. We spaced our 4 main structures, the garden, the home, the cow pen, and the chicken coop, on the 4 corners of our plot of land. The home was situated on the far right side next to the nearby inlet to limit materials needed to create our water pump. The black area on the blueprint represents the water pump spanning from the river to the team's home.
Being conscious of sustainability and alternative energy options is extremely important and will become increasingly important through our future lifetimes. The team learned the importance of protecting the environment to ensure a healthy Earth for us and future generations. Going off the grid is a huge step in the right direction and probably the biggest thing a single person can do to live in a green life.
This project was very unique compared to traditional reports due to the amount of freedom we were given. Instead of given requirements, we were given guidelines, which made the process of designing and decision-making all the more realistic. The team learned how much really goes into building a home that's off the grid. Taking the step to go off the grid is no small feat, but the rewards are substantial. After the initial investment, everything will pay for itself and even produce a return profit through extra crop, livestock, and energy produced and sold back.
What we learned about alternative energy will be extremely beneficial for future living decisions and working opportunities. Because of the rise of awareness and need to start making a change, many new job opportunities are being created and expanded. Many of these careers happen to be in the STEM fields, such as researching and engineering more efficient alternative energy options and ultimately creating new technology. Ideally, in the future, everyone would be on alternative energy, but a more realistic option would be homes running on partial alternative energy. Any steps, no matter the size, will be beneficial.
Here comes the sun.